Hey, one and all. Glad you're here to read again. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be reading today or tonight or this evening, whatever time it is where you are. We're going to be reading, and our reading today, we are actually going to be looking at a text where we are going to try to read through the text fluently. In reading through the text fluently, we are actually going to be focusing a lot on our pronunciation, our reading fluency, and also on our style of reading in terms of how well we are able to pronounce our words and how well we are able to keep track of what we are reading. So, guys, I am so grateful that you are here today. Without a doubt, please share the live out, guys. Let others know that we are going live. We appreciate each and every one of you who are here today to read. Our reading session would be one where we are going to be looking at our words. So some of the words we're going to be checking on the vocabulary for the words. Yes, I know that is something that we should always be doing, our vocabulary. So we're going to be looking at vocabulary. We are also going to be looking at your pronunciation of your words and much more, guys, as we read through our text. And we're just gonna practice how to read fluently. All right. So for those of you who are here for the first time, we welcome you. Thank you so much for being here. It is always a pleasure to have you. And I do appreciate you taking the time out to say hello, to be here. Know that you are welcome. You are appreciated in every way. And please don't forget to get active in the comment section. Comment where you're viewing from. Let us know where you're viewing from, guys. Comment, let us know where you're viewing from. Let us get active in the comment section. Place where we practice how to read. And it's amazing to see the growth that a lot of you have had within the time of us reading. And I just want to appreciate you guys for being here. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to be reading our text. We're going to be reading our text, guys. Today, our text is all about my vacation. So we have been reading about traveling all the time. Today we are going to just switch it up a bit. And in switching it up a bit, guys, we're going to be reading about my vacation. Okay? So that's what we're going to be reading about today. All right. So, guys, please comment to the comment section. Let's know where you're from. And remember, according to where you're from, it helps us to tailor the instructions to suit you better and to ensure that you are reading at your level and you will get enough practice. So comment in the comment section, guys. All right, so we are going to begin. Please share the live out to others who may need it. Yes, share the light out to others who may really need it. You never know who may need it. So let's get active in the comment section. So our topic today is my vacation. My vacation. Are you currently on a vacation? Have you had a vacation before? Have you had a vacation before? How long was your vacation? And where did you go for your vacation? Where did you go for your vacation? So, let me see you guys get active in the comment section answering those questions. If you have had a vacation before, where did you go for your vacation? How long was your vacation? So, if you're able to answer those questions, then it means that you have knowledge of what a vacation is. It means that you have knowledge of what a vacation is. So let's get the word vacation as our first word that we would look at the meaning for the word vacation. So when you talk about a vacation, you are talking about a time when you leave your work or something that you're doing and you go on a time where you are free from that thing. So a vacation is just simply you leaving something that you're occupied with to go and have a relaxed time or to enjoy a time when you are not occupied. All right. So a lot of the times when we hear about vacation, we hear about vacation from work or from school, right? So that would be a time when you do not work or a time when you do not go to school. However, though you're not working, you're still being paid. And a vacation is taken a lot of times for travel or for sometimes depending on some people, depending on like business or otherwise, they would take a vacation just for that. Okay, so that is what a vacation is. So let's go ahead now and let's start reading our text about vacation. Remember, in this reading, we are going to just be calling whole words. So today we are not going to be breaking up the words. We are going to learn the words as whole words. Okay? I know that you are accustomed to us breaking up the words, as in using phonics, chunking the words, syllabicating them, using small words and big words and all that. But today we're just going to be breaking up the word, as in calling a whole word. And so we expect you to learn some of these words even by sight, though they be whole words. Okay? We're expecting you to learn some of these words by sight, though they are whole words. So our first word is deliberately. 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 So the root word is deliberate. Deliberate. And ly is added to it. And so we have deliberately. So when you do something deliberately, what it means is that this thing was something that you would have thought about or you would have think about it. So you had much thinking and your thinking or your thoughts, they were very careful. And so what we can say that it's something that is intentional or something that was considered. What does it mean to plan? Our next word is planned. 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 When something is planned, it simply means that it is something that you actually had an idea about, and because you had this idea, you arranged it or organized it in such a way that it would work out according to your own good. So you created an outline, or you map it out, or you prepare for it. So when you plan, you organize, you arrange, you work it out, you prepare an outline, you map it out, or you set up for it. All those words, or prepare, we can use to mean the same as plan. Our next word is vacation. Vacation. And we have already spoke about what a vacation is, but a vacation is a time when you are on a leave from work or from something that you have been occupied with. Our next word is fastidiously, 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 fastidiously. All right. So this is one that you may need to practice. It's not such a popular word being used in English, but you would hear it from time to time. So when something was done fastidiously, it simply means that a lot of attention was given to it, or um, a lot of attention was placed on small details in order to ensure that, everything is correct or accurate or everything is perfect. So when something is fastidiously done, it simply means that this thing, a lot of careful work and details was put into it. Our next word, going, going. And this is a word that I'm expecting should be in your vocabulary. However, there may be persons who are not sure how to pronounce the word going, going. So when you're going, it simply means that you're leaving or that you are moving ahead when you are going. Spend, 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 spend. So when you spend, it means that a lot of the times when we hear spend, we think of money, okay? Because you spend money, right? You pay out money. So when you use money or you pay out money, you would say that you have spent it. Spend can also mean, in another sense, when you actually like give your time, all right? When you give your time, you would say that you spent, or even your effort. Okay, our next word, week, week, week. And week here is in the sense of the days of the week. The days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the week here refers to the days of the week from Sunday to Saturday. Our next word, Hawaii, Hawaii, Hawaii. And Hawaii is a word that you should learn by sight because it is not pronounced as it looks. And Hawaii is actually in the United States of America, right? It is one of the island states of the United States of America. Our next word, enjoying, enjoying, enjoying. What does it mean to enjoy something? So enjoy here is the root word, but what does it mean when you are enjoying something? So to enjoy something, it simply means that you are liking it or you're loving it or you're fond of it or um you are feeling a lot of pleasure from it or you are delighted by it. That's how you can say that you're enjoying something. Or even when you're entertained by something, you would say that you enjoy it. All right, our next word, black, 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 black as in the color black, black as in these words, they are written in black. Our next word, booked, booked. What does it mean to book something? So a word booked, what does it mean? When you have booked something, it simply means you have reserved it or you have bought, let's say, something in advance. So in the case of your plane tickets, you have reserved it or you have bought it in advance, you would say that you have booked it. Or you made a pre-arrangement or you order something. You can use all these to say that you have booked something. If you have scheduled something or timetabled it, you can say that you have booked it because all that would allow it to be secure for you. All right. Our next word, luxurious, luxurious, luxurious. And luxurious comes from the word luxury, luxury. So luxurious, it simply means that you have a lot of comfort, like great comfort. You are extravagant in the way that you live or in whatever it is. There's a lot of richness or there's a lot of grandness or, a lot of wealth or you have plenty. So when something is luxurious, it simply means that it is in abundance and it makes you feel at ease, great ease and comfort. And it is very pleasant and expensive. All right. Our next word, resort, 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 resort. So what are we talking about when we talk about a resort? So a resort is a place that you would normally book whenever you go on a holiday. You can book it so that you can have a nice stay. A resort would be a spot or it would be like a retreat. For those of you know who knows what a retreat is. It's one of those popular destinations for vacation or for recreation. So wherever you go for recreation or for vacations, that's what you call a resort. Our next word, island, island, island. And an island is a piece of land that is surrounded by water. A piece of land that is surrounded by water. You have a lot of islands in the Caribbean. Also, Hawaii, it's an island. Our next word, tours, tours. Before we go to tours, you heard I said island. I am using British English, so therefore you would hear island. You would hear the d sound. If you want to speak like an American, then you would say island, island. So you would forget about the d sound. All right, so your word would end at the letter N. The last song would be me, island. But for the British speaker, the last song would be the island. All right, so our next word, tours, tours, tours. What is a tour? What is a tour? So tours would mean it's more than one. What is a tour? So a tour is actually where you go to visit several places and you do this for pleasure. You go on a journey to visit several places and you do this for pleasure. So it's like a trip or it's like an outing or it's like an expedition or even an excursion. Um, all those can be referred to as a tour. And most of the times people take tours when they are on holidays or when they um maybe on a learning journey. They will take tours or sometimes even for business. So for education, for pleasure, or for business, people will take tours. Our next word, packed, packed, packed. What does it mean to pack something? In the context that we're reading, when you pack something, it simply means that you are filling it up or you're adding things to it, right? So when you pack something, you're filling it up or you're crowding it, you completely fill it or you're adding things to it when you're packing something. All right. Our next word, swimsuit, 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 swimsuit. And a swimsuit is something that you would normally wear when you are going to the beach or to the pool. So it's actually a suit that is used for swimming. A swimsuit is a suit that is used for swimming. So whatever garment you wear when you're swimming, you would call it a swimsuit. Or whatever clothes or clothing you're wearing when you're swimming, you would call it a swimsuit. And swimsuit, they have their special designs. You have swimsuits that are designed for male, those that are designed for female. So you can always check out different types of swimsuit. Our next word, ready, ready, ready. What does it mean to be ready? So if I am ready, what does that mean? It simply means that I am prepared or I'm all set or I am organized or I am up for it. I'm about to allow it to happen. Right? So to be ready means that you're prepared, you're quick, you're ready for it, meaning that you are prepared or you're willing or you're eager. That means you're ready. Some, some, some. This word is some. And you use the word some, you're talking about more than one thing. So you don't have a special number. When you use the word some, you're just talking about an amount of things that you do not have a number for. Our next word, much, much, much. When there's much, it means that there is plenty. When there's much, it means that there is plenty, a great amount, a lot. And here we have needed, needed. All right, so something that is needed is something that you must have, something that is needed, is something that you must have, right? It is important or it is essential. So it can be something that might be a need, or it could be something that you cannot do without, or you cannot lack, something that must be present or is necessary. And the last word on this page is the word relaxation. 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 What does the word relaxation mean? So you think of the word relax. Relax means to simply to rest or to allow yourself to be calm or to be at ease. So relaxation would mean that you are actually in that phase where you are allowing yourself to be calm, free from any sort of tension or anxiety, where you actually allow your body to um, be calm and less worried. All right. So now that we have learned all those words, how to say them correctly, we are going to be reading through our text. All right. We're going to be reading through our text. We're going to be reading through our text. Are you ready to? I guess you are ready to read, just like I'm ready to read. So let's get it together. Let's read through our text, guys. Let's go. Jane had deliberately planned her vacation fastidiously. She was going to spend a week in the Hawaii, enjoying the sun, black sand, and sea. She had booked a luxurious resort and lots of island tours. She packed her swimsuit and was ready for some much needed relaxation. And remember, that's how we do it at first, where we read very slowly, and then we're going to be picking up the pace to read faster now. So at this point, we're going to be reading a bit faster, and we're going to be paying attention to our full stops, our question mark, and our commas, whatever they are, you know. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Are you ready to go, guys? Let's go. Jane had deliberately planned her vacation fastidiously. She was going to spend a week in Hawaii, enjoying the enjoying the sun, black sand, and sea. She had booked a luxurious resort and lots of island tours. She packed her swimsuit and was ready for some much needed relaxation. How was that, guys? All right. So guys, don't forget to comment in the comment section. So let's go ahead and read one more time. This time we want to try to master fluency. So let's go ahead and read through one more time. Jane had deliberately planned her vacation fastidiously. She was going to spend a week in Hawaii enjoying the sun, black sand, and sea. She had booked a luxurious resort and lots of island tours. She packed her swimsuit and was ready for some much needed relaxation. All right. Do you think you have that together, guys? Do you think you have that together? If you think you have that together, then we're going to be reading it one more time. Let's pay attention to our pronunciations and also to our fluency. Let's try to ensure that we read very fluently. Don't forget the words. We just did all the words that we think we might have difficulties with. Those words in purple, those are the words that we have covered, the vocabulary, and also the pronunciation. So don't forget to try to remember all the words. Okay? Let's do it one more time. And let's hope that you guys are able to build your fluency as we practice one more time. Let's begin. I'm looking forward to you guys doing well. Ready to go? Let's go. Jane had deliberately planned her vacation fastidiously. She was going to spend a week in Hawaii, enjoying the sun, black sand, and sea. She had booked a luxurious resort and lots of island tours. She packed her swimsuit and was ready for some much needed relaxation. All right, guys. If you were able to read through that, you did an awesome job. We are proud of you. So proud of you. Tap yourself on your shoulder, guys. Wow. I love it, guys. Let's now go ahead and continue. So this time we're going to be reading our next part of the text, which is this part of the text. Remember, we're going to be highlighting words that we find might be too difficult. And also, we're going to be sharing the vocabulary for these words. Let's go ahead, let's turn to our story to find those words. So let's see a word like stroll. That might be very hard for us to pronounce. Strolled, strolled. So it's a past tense form, strolled. So the word derives from the word stroll, which is the present tense, and we are now at the past tense form, strolled. So what does it mean to stroll? Stroll is simply when you're walking and you are not on a hurry. You're taking your own time and more or less, just gliding yourself according to your own pace, right? There's no hurry or um no sort of quick kind of walking. It's just a little what that you're doing for your own pleasure, or when you walk idly. So when you walk idly or, in a slow pace, not too fast, just at your own pace, enjoying the beauty around you, that is what just for pleasure or in a relaxed way, you would say that you stroll. Our next word, beach. Beach. And you know what the beach is, right? You've been there before. So the beach is actually the seashore. The beach is a strip of land covered with sand where the water comes to the shore or where the water meets the land. Okay, so that's the beach. So you've been to a beach before. How was it? Did you enjoy the beach? Did you enjoy the beach, guys? All right. Our next word is this word, warm. 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 When something is warm, it means that it is not too hot. Neither is it too cold. It is not too hot, neither is it too cold. So it is just in between. So you call that warm. Warm. Our next word, scorching. 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 What does the word scorching means? So when something is hot, that's when it's scorched. So if something is scorching, it simply means that it is hot. It simply means that it is hot. It is very hot. Our next word, between. 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 When something is between, it means that there are there is something on the left, something on the right of it. If something is in between, it means that there is something that is on the sides of it, or on the left, or on the right of it. Or that thing is fitting between two things. So something that fits between two things, you would say that it is between. Our next word, toes. 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 And this is your body part. It is on your foot, your 10 toes. 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. Toes. Our next word, headed. 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 What does it mean when you say you are headed towards a place? So, headed, you're headed towards somewhere. It simply means that you are going. You're going towards a place, or you're proceeding towards a place, or you are going in a direction that is towards a place. All right. And then our word after that is the word towards. 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 When you're going towards something or someone, it simply means that you are in the direction of that person or that thing. If you're going towards something or someone, it means that you are in the direction of that person or that thing. Our next word, secluded. 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 if some place is secluded or if somewhere is secluded, it simply means that this place is a place that have not been visited by many people, or it is a place that has not been seen much, or it is a place that is more private or sheltered. All right. So when somewhere is secluded, it is basically like a hidden spot. It is like a hidden spot or hidden place. Our next word, dingy, dingy, dingy. And what does the word dingy means? So when you say that something is dingy, like a boat or one of those things, it simply means that it is not attractive or that it is dark, or dingy can also mean that that thing is small, right? Dingy can also mean that it is small. So it is something that is not bright or something that is dirty or something that might even be muddy or something that is kind of like gloomy or dull. You call it a dingy. So this is a dingy. You call it sorry, you describe it as dingy. All right. Our next word, anchored. Anchored. So if the boat is anchored, or if something is anchored, or if you are anchored, for example, if you're anchored in Christ, or if a boat is anchored in the sea, it simply means that that boat, to be anchored, it means that it has a metal that is attached to it, and that is in the sea, helping to keep it stable or steady. So if you are fastened, if you're anchored, or somebody is anchored, or a boat is anchored, then it means that that thing is steady, that it has something that helps to keep it um, floating safely, something that helps to keep it strong so that it would not disappear. Our next word, curious, curious, curious. What does it mean to be curious? And a lot of us, we are curious people. When we are curious, it simply means that we want to know more. We want to learn. We are eager to know about something, or we are eager to learn about something. When we are curious, people can also call us inquisitive. And a lot of us, when we are curious, we would also say that we are just interested. Our next word, approached. Approached. What does it mean to approach something? So what does it mean to approach something? So to approach something, it simply means that you come near to it, or you come in close distance to it, right? So when you approach something, it means that you go towards it, or you come near it, or close to it, or you focus on it. Our next word, young, young, young. What does the word young mean? What does the word young mean? If you say something is young or someone is young, what does it mean? It means that that thing has been around for a short time, right? So that thing has only lived for a short time or exists for a short time. So when you're young, um, more or less, you would be like a junior to um, others around you, or you would still be treated a lot like a child to others around you. Um, because you are still in your early stage of life. So to be young, it means that you are in your early stage of life or you have only lived um, a short um, time period. So you're only existing for a short time when you're young. Okay, our next word, charming, charming, charming. And we know that charming is a word that we hear a lot about in English. When someone is charming, it simply means that that person is attractive or pleasant or delightful, or that person is likable, or that person is cute or sweet, or that person is adorable, or that person is captivating or inviting. These are some of the words that we can use to also mean the same as charming. In English these days, people would use other words like smashing. So they would say you're smashing or you're nice as pie when you're charming. Those are some of the words that people would use to speak about you being charming. Or they would say you're good looking or you're lovely. All right. Our next word, fisherman. Fisherman. Who is a fisherman? So a fisherman is someone who earns their living by catching fish. They earn their living by catching fish and selling fish. So a fisherman would be someone who provides fish for us to eat. That person would be a person that catches or sells fish. I'm sure that you know a fisherman. I'm sure that you know a fisherman. All right. Our next word, greeted. 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 What does it mean to greet someone? Think about what it means to greet someone, the root word. Greeted. Greeted. So let's say yesterday I greeted my sister. So when you greet someone, it simply means that you say hello to them or that you address them, or it means that you give them a very polite welcome or a polite word when you greet them. So, for example, when you're meeting someone for the first time and you acknowledge that you recognize the person, you would greet them. You can say hello, you can say good morning, you can ask, how are you doing? All those, they're a form of greeting someone. So to greet someone, it simply means to meet them and to um, welcome them or to exchange pleasantries with them. So you say hello and all that. That is the exchanging pleasantries with them. All right. Our next word, warmly. Warmly. So at first we did the word warm here, So if we remember this word, it should have been easy for us to get the word warm, and then we add ny, warmly. So when something is warm, we said that that is something that is not too hot or something that is not too cold, that this thing is in between. So warmly would mean the same thing. However, warmly would just show the adverb. It would tell us how something was done. Okay? How something is done. All right. Our next word is the word would. 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 And this word, it's actually an action word, the past tense for the word will. The past tense for the word will. The next word, like, like. And, like is a very popular English word. To like something simply means that um, you are fond of it, or this thing is pleasant to you, or you're pleased with it. Also, when something is liked, it means that, or alike, it means that it is the same or it is similar. So like can mean when something is the same or similar. Or when something is um nice or something you're fond of or something that is pleasant to you or something that you enjoy, you would say that you like. Our next word, join, 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 join. So when you join something, it simply means that you connect with it or you are linked to it or you are attached to it or you are added to it. Or we can say that you fasten to it or you glue to it or you're knitted to it or you're bonded to it. So all those words can mean the same as join or you're bind to it. All right. Our next word, trip. Trip. Guys, I'm so sorry. That's a plane passing in our background. I'm so sorry for the plane noise. So our next word is trip. Trip. So when you are on a trip, it simply means that you are on an outing, on a journey, or that you are actually out having fun when you are on a trip. Our next word, nearby. Nearby. When something is nearby, it simply means that it is close or it is within a close distance or it is something that is not too far away that you would call it nearby. We have already done this word island in our first page. An island is a piece of land that is surrounded by water. An island is a piece of land that is surrounded by water. And we said that Hawaii is an island, and so too the Caribbean has lots of different islands. So for you to understand what an island is, it would be good to look at those to understand that it is a piece of land that has water around it. All right, guys. So now that we have done all the words, we're going to be reading the words word by word. Then we're going to get up to phrases, then on to sentences. So let's go first with word by word. Ready to go, guys? Well, without any hesitation, let's go. The very first day, she strolled along the beach, feeling the warm sand scorching between her toes. She headed towards the secluded spot where a dingy boat was anchored. Curious, she approached it and saw a young, charming fisherman who greeted her warmly. Would you like to join me for a trip to the nearby islands? He asked. And remember, we were just reading using word by word. Now we're going to be reading using phrases, which means we're going to build up to read in phrases where we read a couple of words together to understand the context of the story. Let's go ahead and do that. The very first day, she strolled along the beach, feeling the warm sun scorching between her toes. She headed towards the secluded spot where a dingy boat was anchored. Curious, she approached it and saw a young, charming fisherman who greeted her warmly. Would you like to join me for a trip to the nearby islands? He asked. Good. So what we just did, we just read in phrases, which means that it will help us to understand each part of our text. Now we're going to be reading right through it fluently. So now is for our fluency. Go ahead and practice with me. Try your best to read as fluent as you can. We are going to start out at a moderate pace. Then we are going to pick up our pace for our next reading, okay? So let's go ahead. The very first day, she strolled along the beach, feeling the warm sun scorching between her toes. She headed towards the secluded spot where a dingy boat was anchored. Curious, she approached it and saw a young, charming fisherman who greeted her warmly. Would you like to join me for a trip to the nearby islands? He asked. All right, so that was not too fast. That was at a moderate pace. So now we're going to be picking up our pace. I want you to try your best to remember all the words that we have studied. Okay? The words that you found very difficult to call, those are the words that you're going to try to remember now so that you can read through the text fluently. If you're ready to go, type ready in the comment section. If you're ready to go, type ready in the comment section. Guys, I love to see from you guys when you guys type ready and you guys are really all up to it. All right, let's go. So we are going to be reading now and we're going to try to be fluent. We're going to try to pick up our pace to read at a faster pace. Let's go. The very first day, she strolled along the beach, feeling the warm sand scorching between her toes. She headed towards the secluded spot where a dingy boat was anchored. Curious, she approached it and saw a young, charming fisherman who greeted her warmly. Would you like to join me for a trip to the nearby islands? He asked. All right. If you guys were able to manage that, that was good. Let's read it one more time just for you to have it all to respect. Are you ready to go? Take a deep breath in and then let's begin. I know you can do this. So let's go. Let's go now. The very first day, she strolled along the beach, feeling the warm sand scorching between her toes. She headed towards the secluded spot where a dingy boat was anchored. Curious, she approached it and saw a young, charming fisherman who greeted her warmly. Would you like to join me for a trip to the nearby islands? He asked. If you made that, guys, you did extremely well. Guys, so we have come to an hour of reading. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go back from the beginning and we're going to read from the top and we're going to be reading our two pieces of text together and then we might attempt to answer some questions if we have enough time. All right, guys, if you're interested in that whole segment of answering questions, you should let me know so I can always remember to ask you guys questions and we do questions and answers. That would help you with improving your comprehension if you guys are also interested in that. Remember, you don't just want to back up words, but you want to also be able to um, learn words in terms of their vocabulary and be able to really read fluently in a way that you can master your comprehension and everything that goes with reading. Remember, reading is not just about calling words. You want to understand what you're reading to. All right, so we're going to begin from the top and let's see how this will go. Let's see, guys. Are you ready? You think you're ready? Yeah, I think you're ready. So just type ready in the comment section and let's go. Let's begin. Jane had deliberately planned her vacation fastidiously. She was going to spend a week in Hawaii, enjoying the sun, black sand, and sea. She had booked a luxurious resort and lots of island tours. She packed her swimsuit and was ready for some much needed relaxation. The very first day, she strolled along the beach, feeling the warm sand scorching between her toes. She headed towards the secluded spot where a dingy boat was anchored. Curious, she approached it and saw a young charming fisherman who greeted her warmly. Would you like to join me for a trip to the nearby islands? He asked. How was that, guys? How do you feel? Do you feel confident? I'm thinking you should feel very confident about your reading because that was good. Let's try it one more time and let's try our best to have it all together. All right. So remember, we're going to start from the top and we're going to try to read it all together. I know you can do it. So I'm looking forward for you doing it. So let's begin. Type ready in the comment section. Let's get to it. All right, let's go ahead and read from the top. Jane had deliberately planned her vacation fastidiously. She was going to spend a week in Hawaii, enjoying the sun, black sand, and sea. She had booked a luxurious resort and lots of island tours. She packed her swimsuit and was ready for some much needed relaxation. The very first day, she strolled along the beach, feeling the warm sand splashing between her toes. She headed towards the secluded spot where a dingy boat was anchored. Curious, she approached it and saw a young, charming fisherman who greeted her warmly. Would you like to join me for a trip to the nearby islands? He asked. What do you guys think? Do you think that was good? Do you think that you have it all together? What do you think? So we can ask some questions. What did Jane do on her first day? What did Jane do on her first day? Or we can even ask how many things did she do on her first day? So she did two things on her first day. So we can answer by saying Jane did two things on her first day. And then we can say the two things that she did. So we can say the two things that Jane did on her first day are she strolled along the beach, feeling the warm sand scorching between her toes, and she headed towards the secluded spot where a dinghy boat was anchored. She approached it and saw a young charming fisherman who greeted her warmly. All right, so that would be our answer. We can ask, how did Jane feel when she saw the dinghy boat? How did she feel? All right. So we can say that she felt curious. She felt curious. Jane felt curious when she saw the dinghy boat. What does the word dinghy mean? We've covered the word dinghy, so you should know what it means by now. What does it mean? So dinghy, it means small, it means dull, gloomy, it means something that might be muddy or something that might be dirty. We have all those words to describe dinghy. Also, we can ask the question, how did Jane feel as she walked along the beach or as she strolled along the beach? How did she feel? Okay, so we can say that Jane felt the warm sun scorching between her toes. All right. And our next question we can ask, where did the fisherman want to take Jane? So where did the fisherman want to take Jane? So the answer would be the fisherman wanted to take Jane to the nearby islands. The fisherman wanted to take Jane to the nearby islands. All right. If you were able to answer all those questions, You did an awesome job, which means you comprehended the story very well. Let's ask the questions from the first part of the story. Let's ask the questions from the first part of the story. So we are going to be reading it again one more time, then we're going to answer the questions. Jane had deliberately planned her vacation fastidiously. She was going to spend a week in Hawaii, enjoying the sun, black sand, and sea. She had booked a luxurious resort and lots of island tours. She packed her suitcase and was ready for some much needed relaxation. All right, so let's ask the questions now. Where was Jane going to spend her week? Where was Jane going to spend her week? How would we answer in a sentence? And you guys can type the sentence in the comment section, or you can come up on screen to answer the questions. That would be so nice. If you want to come up on screen, guys, you just press the link in the comment section to come up on screen to answer the questions. You need not have to share your camera, you can just use your voice. It would be great talking to you guys. So to answer, Jane was going to spend her week in Hawaii. Jane was going to spend her week in Hawaii. All right, our next question. What was Jane hoping to do in Hawaii? What was Jane hoping to do in Hawaii? The text did not tell us about doing, but the text gave us clues to know that she would be doing some things. So, what did Jane hope to do in Hawaii based on what the text tells us? What are some of the things that she would be doing? All right, so to answer, some of the things that Jane would do in Hawaii include enjoy the sun, the black sand, and sea. She would also go on island tours and she would go to the beach. These were some of the things that she planned to do. How do we know that she was going to go to the beach? It did not tell us that she was going to the beach, but it gives us clues that she was going to the beach. What clue did the story give us to know that Jane was going to the beach? So the clue that the story gives us is that she packed her swimsuit. It also gives us the clue that she was going to enjoy the sun, the black sand, and the sea. These are the clues that we have that she was going to the beach. And then we heard that she had booked a lot of island tours. So the tours would be where she visits a lot of places for pleasure. Good. So those are some of the things that Jane was hoping to do in Hawaii. And most of all, they would bring about relaxation. So all these things would bring about relaxation. She would get to relax herself. All right. What other questions can we ask? How long was Jane going to Hawaii for? How long was Jane going to Hawaii for? And this is right there in the text. Right there in the text. So Jane was going to Hawaii to spend a week. So Jane was going for a week. A week has how many days? If we do not want to say a week, what can we say? We can say that she was going for 7 days because a week is 7 days. A week is how many days? 7 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's a normal week. But then a week can be done from Tuesday to Tuesday. So it can also be done like that too. But a normal week would be from Sunday to Saturday. And a normal week would include 7 days. All right. How did Jane plan her vacation? How did she plan her vacation? So she planned her vacation deliberately, which means she planned her vacation with all intention and with all carefulness, being very thoughtful to think of the things that she would do and how she was going to do them. And so she would make the arrangements to be exact or accurate in whatever she does. All right. And our final question. Where was Jane staying? Where was Jane staying on her vacation? Where was Jane staying on her vacation? And I would love you guys to answer this question because I'm not seeing any answer from anyone. Where was Jane staying on her vacation? So Jane was staying at a luxurious resort. She was staying at a luxurious resort, and it's right there in the text. So this answer is also right there in the text. Now, I'm going to ask you a question that is not right there, a question that will be on your own. Have you stayed at a luxurious resort before? And what was it like? Have you stayed at a luxurious resort before? And what was it like? Remember, the word luxurious means something that presents comfort or ease for you, something that is very expensive and something that um, allows you to be at your comfort and be easy for you, something that is filled with a lot of richness or wealth. So, have you stayed at one of those resorts before? What was it like for you? So, that would be a question that you can practice to answer on your own. And next time, maybe you guys can share with me what you came up with. So, practice to answer the question, guys, on your own. If you have ever went to a luxurious resort before and what it was like. Remember that answer would be based on your knowledge of luxurious, meaning that something is expensive, it brings about much comfort, and it is filled with richness or wealth. And a resort is a place where you go for relaxation, a place where you go for pleasure. It could be business pleasure, for sports, or for education purposes. A place that basically helps you to relax, a place that is pleasant to you and could bring about fun and enjoyment for you. So, based on the vocabulary for those two words, you should be able to tell us whether you have stayed at a luxurious resort before or not. So you would answer close ended, yes or no. Then you would explain or give a reason why you would say that um, you had a good time or a bad time there. All right. So how was it for you? That would mean you would speak about a good time or bad time. Or it can be both. You can have some things that might be good, some things that might be bad, or you can have some things that might bring about both of them. All right, guys. So I want you to keep practicing. Do your best to practice. Remember to share this video with someone who is interested in learning how to read in English And as you've seen, we have not broken down the words for this one. We were just going through the words, calling whole words, and also learning vocabulary. So this was more of a fluency practice, and I hope that you guys will continue to practice to master your fluency and pronunciation of words in English. Thank you so much for being here. It was my pleasure being here with you. And don't forget to tune in again for our next session very soon. Guys, always remember to comment where you're watching from so I can know what time zone I should come live. Your time zone would help me to know what time my audience is really awake and ready to learn English so that I can come live at that time. So this can be beneficial to you. Thank you so much for being here. It was so good reading with you guys. And if you want to go back to the vocabulary words, please feel free to rewind to those vocabulary words and also to the pronunciations that we've done. And I hope that this reading session would serve you to the best and that you will continue to improve and do your best. Don't forget to tune in again in a few hours from now by the grace of God so that you can learn more English. Thank you, guys. Take care. Until then, I'll see you guys. God bless. Have a good one. Thank you so much for being here.